markets were completely alien to me. I didn't care. But when I started working a job and hated it, wasn't making very much money, it fell into my lap again, saying, okay, well, there's probably a sign to this. I turned my nose to it when my uncle talked about it. He made money with it. So, apparently I must be meant to do this. So I reacted and started digging into it in 1992. But it wasn't until November 5th of 1992, on a Thursday evening at 9 p.m. in my aunt and uncle's family room, that was the moment. That was the very birth of Inner Circle Trader. That was the day I said, I am going to learn how to do this. I might not be a success in real estate. I might not be a success in sports. I maybe never opened up a martial arts dojo like I wanted to when I was a teenager. And there's a lot of things I thought I was going to do, and some of the things I tried to do and failed. And I just said, I'm not interested in those things anymore. This here, I never said I fucking give up. I had to quit and take breaks because I couldn't deal with the pressure I was placing on myself. And maybe that's what you do too. But quitting's not a fucking option. You have already been infected with this. So you might as well just fucking roll your sleeves up and say, okay, I know I want to do this. I know everybody else around me says it's bullshit. It's a pipe dream and it's going to be so hard to learn how to do it. And guess what? Everybody that's ever made money in this thought the same thing, and their friends and family and influences around them were saying the same thing. What was different? They told them to go fuck themselves. I'm not listening to you. You didn't do this and make money, or you didn't do this and fail and learn anything from it. You're just telling me from your fucking Carl perspective, you're a 9-to-5er. Okay. You're a 401k American dream, get into a fucking 30-year mortgage debt, pay all this fucking interest, and consider that success. I don't listen to people like that. I've never listened to motherfuckers that do that. If you're going to work and you have a good job, you aren't a fucking mentor to me. If you have a good career and you go to work for somebody else, you're not a fucking mentor to me. Because you're not going to teach me any fucking thing that I want to do. I never wanted to fucking work for these people that I worked for. I never wanted to work for them. I never wanted to do that. I wanted to go to school, get an education, computer science, information systems specializing, and be a systems analyst. And I wanted to get some experience at a firm, and then I was going to branch off and have my own firm. I was going to do that. That was what I was going to do. My whole point of living this adult life was to be an entrepreneur, my own person. Fuck working for somebody else. And this right here, my friends, this right here, this industry that you're listening to this goofball talk to you about right now that sounds like he's hopped up on fucking goofballs, this is the last bastion of free enterprise. This is it, folks. Look around. Every fucking thing is changing. Everything is changing. Brick and mortar stores, look around. How many places in your neighborhood are closing up? How many commercial places in the strip malls, in the commercial real estate areas, how many fucking businesses that you've seen now, nobody's in there? It's vacant. How fast is someone moving on in there? They're sitting there empty, ain't they? Look around, folks. Shit is changing. The way we do business, the way people are going to work, the way we have careers, that's all changing right in front of you right now. And I'm here to tell you that the shit you're learning ain't going to change. It's either there is no markets or everything I'm teaching you will keep fucking working. So stop worrying about that. Use the time, pour into yourself, invest in yourself. Because the only thing you're doing is kicking the can down the road farther and farther by you not just tearing into this saying, I'm going to do this. It's going to probably take more time than I want it to, but it's okay because I have set a resolve in my heart, in my spirit, in my mind. I'm not changing. I'm not deviating. And a motherfucker out there going to tell me that this ain't for me because I know it is. The more somebody tells me it ain't for me, the more I'm in love with it. It just means that you can't fucking do it. And it's going to be even more better once I get there and you get to witness it. And I don't have to rub your fucking nose into it. You're just going to see me live better by it. That's the best revenge. That's the best revenge for your naysayers. The people that say you aren't going to be successful at this. Don't bother. You're going to lose your money. You're going to do this. You're going to waste all this fucking time. Laugh at these motherfuckers under your breath. 2 years from now, shit's going to be different for you. It's going to be totally different for you. Everybody else is going to be struggling to find another way to make their fucking ends meet. You got this. You got this. Every fucking Monday to Friday, there's an opportunity for me. Just like there's a work day for everybody else. In a couple days, everybody's going to fucking work on Monday. And they had to fucking work until Friday just to get the same thing that they got the previous week. Time stolen. You prostituted your life for somebody else to say, this is what you were worth to me. And what did you lose in the process? You didn't see your wife. You didn't see your husband. You didn't see your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your kids, your friends. You didn't have peace of mind or relaxation whatsoever. You're fucking stressed out because you're in debt and you have no way out. Folks, it isn't for everybody, but for everybody that wants to dig their heels into it, it is for you. It is for you. And don't let anybody tell you that you can't do this. You can. It's hard as fuck to get through what you do to yourself. When you stand in front of yourself and you say, what's the point of me doing this? Or I failed yesterday. Or I failed last week. I should just give up. Who's stopping you? The market didn't, right? Your coworkers aren't right. Carl's not right about you failing in this. You might as well just warm up and tie yourself up to the company just like he is. Company man, Carl. It's you. You have the control of sticking with this come hell or high water until you get it or stopping. There's nothing out there, folks. There's nothing out there that's going to be an impediment to you succeeding but you. It's just time and effort. You have to make an effort, an honest effort. Not, well, I took some notes in 5 pages of scribble bullshit. And ICT is full of shit because, here's my proof, here's my notes. Get the fuck out of here. Get out of here. That's not effort. That's bullshit. Getting in here, showing up every day, doing back testing, getting data collected. How many times does this form? How many times does it perform? How many times does it develop a setup at this specific time? How many times does that happen over the course of a week, of a month, in the course of a year with one asset? And realistically think to yourself, if you just got one of those opportunities over the course of the week and you stopped, you exercised due diligence and discipline and said, I don't need to do more. I don't have the experience yet. So if I can get this, I'll stop and study the rest of the week and go at it again the following week. That's a winning trader. That's a fucking market maven. That's somebody that has absolute control over themselves. When 99.9 motherfucking percent, 99% of these fucking traders out there, whether they're profitable or not, they don't really have control of themselves. Even the people that make money, if they were honest with you, they'd be telling you, man, you have no idea how many times I fucking took these trades this intra-week. I did this and did this and this. I was, I mean, I made a lot of money. Look at the end of the week. Here's what I did. But look at all this other bullshit I went through. They're never going to do that. They're never going to do that. And you know what's nice about me? I can only talk about what I talked about, right? You see the fucking shit on Twitter? That's it. You see it. That's the points I made reference to. Was there anything deleted? No. Does your chart show all the market turns at those price points and those times? Yep. Did it go where I said it was going to go? Yep. Can you trust the logic? Abso-fucking-lutely. Will it repeat? Abso-fucking-lutely. So it's not a lack of evidence that this shit works or not. It works. What's lacking is how much do you have in the tank to stick with it? And sometimes you need to fill back up. You need to fill your tank up with energy. The give a fuck is probably really low on some of you if you've been losing or not feeling like you're learning. I'm reminding you folks, this market right now, over the last 30 years, is the most challenging for me. There's so many things going on all around the world that there's huge pockets of what would be normally filled with a lot of interest institutionally. You're not seeing that right now. What does that mean in layman's terms? What I'm saying to you is, because risks are so high, World War III bullshit, Taiwan invasion, US invasion, and yes, we fucking are being invaded. All these fucking things are happening. Central bank digital currencies, bank failures, Okay, banks are going to exist. Okay, let's get one thing straight. Banks are going to exist. They're creating a situation that scared the fucking shit out of everybody. And they're going to say, if we don't have a central bank digital currency, we're going to fall victim to this, that, the other thing. They have to come up with another COVID. They got to come up with another 9/11. They got to come up with another Saddam Hussein, a fucking terrorist ghost killer that's going to get you, some way, shape, or form. They have to scare you. That's what's happening right now. And people are people. And large corporations have fund managers, which are people. And we're all seeing the same Mickey Mouse shit. A lot of risk. Does it make sense for these institutional firms that take other people's money and place it in risk? Does it make sense for them to just go in there and do dog pile on any old thing right now? No. There's a lot of cash reserves on the sideline right now. They're not comfortable with taking risk. They're telling clients, we have to sit still for a little bit. We're waiting for new developments. That's what's going on, folks. That's why the market's stagnant. That's why the market's doing what it's doing. Big money ain't moving right now. But when big money starts king into the marketplace or coming out of it, then we have our dance. Then it becomes easy trading again. But you, me, anybody else out there saying otherwise can't change that. So you have to exercise patience. You just got to relax and settle down. Just sit still. This won't be the last time you have to do that in your career. There'll be other future things that cause reason for us to sit still and try not to be so aggressive. You got to be a little bit more passive as a trader right now. Contrast what you saw me in years before, where I could go into a marketplace and buy, sell, up, down, all over the place. Just about every single intraday swing, I'm in it. Recording it, doing executions, the whole business. Is that the climate we're in right now? No. Nope. So if I'm taking the time to tell you that, don't be selective in your hearing and think, well, that's just for him. Because this other guy who said this and that, this other guy out there saying that bullshit ain't fucking telling you what's going to happen before it happens to the tick. He's not telling you what's going to happen. Okay. He's cherry picking this, that, and the other thing that makes sense after it's happened. I'm telling you before it happens. I'm showing you what to look at, where it's going to form, how it's going to behave. And I want you to understand that that is important. When we come out of this funk, I don't know when, and the markets loosen up and we start having bigger price swings on the daily chart, we're still in a range, folks. On the daily chart, we're not changing any major higher time frame profiles. We're still consolidating. And that's boring to many of you action hounds that you just want to get in there and get these big wild price runs. They'll come, but you got to wait. That's the infancy, that factor of inexperience that many of you young 20-year-olds that think you know everything right now, even if you're making lots of money with my stuff or other people's stuff, you don't know shit. You ain't been around long enough. And if you were being honest, you could see that these markets are totally different than where they were 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 20 years ago. And sure as fuck different from 20, 30 years ago. But you're not used to these adjustments because many of you started when we had these really big, fast runs and volatility would be off the charts. And everything has been geared. Okay, here's the part nobody's talking about. Everything has been geared to high frequency trading right now with the expectation we're going to have big ranges when we're not getting big ranges. So what is their model doing? Sitting still. It's idle. So if large flows aren't coming in from the institutional stance, then we're not going to see large extrapolations in price delivery and big ranges on the daily chart. That's it. That's as simple as it. That's market 101. So there's no reason for you to get upset. There's no reason for you to push real hard and take stupid fucking risk to try to get funded, to try to get a payout. You got to relax and settle down, because if you can't wrestle that down now, when you do have a lot of money, you're going to lose it all, because you won't recognize these climates, these things that are occurring right now. They will occur again in your lifetime. There's going to be times when the market just acts stupid. It's being held in consolidation and you want it to move. You want it to leave that range and you can't make it. You cannot make that happen. So don't look at your trading as a way of satisfying that itch. You have to sit the fuck down. Don't do anything or be very selective in what you're doing. And I have tools for that. I'm teaching it to you. You've seen more evidence of it this week.